your leader in sports coverage in Madison County. It's Sports Night from the Richmond Register Sports Department.
Find out the latest Madison County sports information from Richmond Register sports editor Nathan Hutchison, coming up next. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by
Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote.
Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Adams Buick GMC. Sid says sell 'em. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media. Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements.
Well, hello, everybody. It's Nathan Hutchinson here, sports editor of the Richmond Register, and it is the holiday season, so we took a couple of days off from Madison County Sports Night Live, but we wanted to give you something to watch while you're sitting at home digesting all that turkey. So on Wednesday, me and Randy were over here at Model Lab School to talk to both the basketball coaches here, John Morgerson for the boys and Scotty Sutton for the girls. Also got a chance to talk to some of the boys' seniors as well. So we're going around to every school in the county this week doing our previews for upcoming high school basketball season. The Madison County High School basketball preview will be in next Tuesday's edition of the Richmond Register. But as we record these videos, we want to put them out and let everybody watch them. And all of these videos will be on our sports show this Sunday night. But here's what model coaches Scotty Sutton and John Morgerson had to say about their upcoming seasons. Welcome back. We are joined by Model Lab coach John Morgerson, back for your fourth season here at Model. So thanks for taking some time to talk to us today.
Yeah, appreciate y'all coming over.
And this is probably, I think, it seems like you've had this group of kids for quite a while. You only lost really one senior from last year, like we're just talking before we went on here, you have 10 kids that could really play varsity time this year. Is maybe your deepest team you've had since you've been here?
Yeah, we have some really good depth. We got 4 seniors. I could remember these guys when they were freshmen, kind of being at that intro press conference, and it's been really cool to just see the way they've grown up and matured from back then when I met them to where they are now and the way they're leading our team. But yeah, we've got 6 other guys, or 7 or 8, I don't know, that are really pushing them to keep getting better, and our practice has been really competitive. So I like what we're at right now. We just got to keep working and see what happens.
Yeah, well, you guys have been with you basically since you walked in the door.
Yeah.
This group of seniors.
Yeah, good group of guys.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about looking forward here. I mean, like I said, you only lost Billy Thomas, was the only kid from last year. Luxon that was a starter, so this is basically the same group back from last year. You have had one scrimmage so far, so what did you see out of that one scrimmage?
Yeah, we competed really well there. We didn't get off to our best start, but we won 3 out of 4 quarters against Nicholas County, and we didn't have Keshav there either. So, I think that would raise our ceiling a little bit. But the guys that were there really competed, played hard, got off to a rough start, but kept their head up, turned the game around, kind of got control of the game, and we learned a lot about ourselves there. And one quarter we had 23 points, so it was good to see us kind of get up and down, get in transition, score a little bit more. But we have another scrimmage on Saturday against Wolfe County, and that should be a good test for us to help get us ready for next week.
Yeah. Do you kind of want to pare that 10 down, or you want to play that many guys? Or
Well, the scrimmage, I'm trying to get them all out there. It's not about winning; it's about learning more about us and kind of throwing them out there to see what they do. So I'd like to play as many as we can out there to just get them some minutes, get them some reps against other people. They go hard against each other, but they go a little harder when it's someone else, and it's a little tougher. So we learn a lot more when we do it that way.
All right, let's take us through all 4 seniors. Start with Keshav, obviously coming off a great.
Yeah, Keshav had a really good season last year. He had to do a lot. It was hard to take him off the court. He played probably 31 minutes every game. I tried to get him a breather when I could, but it was tough. Just because he was so versatile. And I think, he really played hard last year. He led our team, and now this year he's kind of played even more confidently, worked on his game. I had a great soccer season, so it was, I think that those same skills have transferred over, and that confidence that he has from how successful he was last year really allows him to play within himself and understand what he's really good at. And then Shalin, he's a good steady force for us as well, a good defender. Can bring the ball up, can play point guard, can play off the ball. Him and K-Shaw pair really well together. And then Kale and Jude, Kale's played varsity a couple seasons, and so I think that's really helped him, grow into his game, the way he can score in different ways. He made a lot of threes last year. He probably didn't shoot the percentage that he would like, so we're hoping that will be even better this year. With our depth and balance, I think he'll get even more open looks where he doesn't feel like he has to, kind of force a shot to score. And then Jude, he's a great player for us as well. The way he is steady, he knows where to be. He's going to compete defensively. He's going to make open shots. When you pair all four of those together, they have a good range of different skills.
All right, and you got 8 juniors on this roster too. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. We have 12 guys there that are upperclassmen. Those juniors, a couple of them have been playing a lot of varsity too. You got Dylan Crockett, Leighton Coleman. Both of them have really grown into their game. Got a lot of minutes last year. I think the rest of them are still kind of learning, still kind of figuring it out. Adam came over from Central. I think he's got some good size that's going to help us once he kind of understands the system and gets kind of chemistry in the games. Our sophomore group's really strong too, with Harrison and Beckett that are going to play key roles for our varsity. Beckett's a good defender, good rebounder at the guard position, good passer. Harrison thinks he's always open. He wants to shoot a lot, so
shooters always think.
Yeah, he gives good energy to us, so I'm okay with his shots as long as he's playing hard. We just have to rein him in a little bit. And then Ty, he transferred, came in from Montana. He's a cross-country kid that was competing at state, so he's really athletic. He runs the floor really well, and just adds to that depth that we have. I really feel like we have 10 guys that can get out there and play, and hopefully that's going to impact the style of play. I feel like we can pressure people. I'm telling them to just get out and play relentless on defense, so that way you play as hard as you can for 3 minutes. We got somebody else that can come in and do the same thing as you. So just give us all you can. While you're out there.
I think depth is not something you've had the luxury of here the whole time.
No, it's something you have to build. And,
yeah.
I'm fortunate in the fact that it's 4th year and we've kind of built that, and we have guys that are kind of been committed, and we have a freshman too that kind of really come in and helped us. He had a double-double over the weekend in scrimmage, and Riley Mollett. He has another good size and he can score. He had 6 fouls in that scrimmage though, so we got to teach him to play without fouling. So we're still working on that. But
don't get disqualified in the scrimmage though. Right?
Yeah, I told him he would have fouled out in the NBA, so you can't do that. He's got to play without fouling.
Yeah, and you guys struggled a little bit offensively last year. I think I looked it up. When you guys scored 70 points, you were 3-0, but you only scored 70 points 3 times.
Yeah.
The rest of the time we kind of struggled. But with this group being back and more experienced, I think that number will definitely go
we've
up.
always tried to be really efficient.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to run 10 different plays. I just want to score, and I tell them that. It's not. We don't want to score 10 different ways. Our goal is just to score. And I think this group, we've been even working on just now, just trying to get in transition to find a way to go score before a team is able to set their defense. And I think we have the guys that are willing passers, guys that are unselfish, and guys that will run the court. That I think we're going to get more opportunities in transition, and hopefully we'll be able to turn some people over in the backcourt, which will lead to more possessions and lead to some layups that we can convert off the press as well. So I think that, I don't know what we were at last year, maybe 60, 62, something like that. I think we can push that to 68 or 70 and hopefully have a good record at that 70 mark too.
Yeah, because you definitely like to push the pace and transition, and also press and try to get some points off steals.
Yeah, I thought I sounded like Coach Cal today. I'm in no means Coach Calipari, but he's always giving a hard time for yelling "go" on the sidelines, and I'm just trying to get that instilled in them in practice, that we're just trying to push and throw ahead as much as possible so we can score before somebody can set their defense.
Yeah, and usually here in a lot of other small schools, size you don't have a lot of big guys, and kind of where your inside guys there.
Yeah, it's like I talked about with Riley. He's a good freshman that has size. Adam, I think, will be a good guy off the bench that has good size. He's kind of the first one off the bus kind of kid that you want to walk in the gym and be like, oh, okay, they they look like a basketball team. Like, we have some guys that we're going to walk in and have that size. And I think we can play small and still be able to rebound. We have some guys that are physical and have gotten stronger and put in some work in the weight room that I think, even at our guard position, we have good rebounders there. So even if we're playing, a couple guards and a couple forwards without real size, I think we're still going to be able to rebound and play hard defensively.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to expectations. I mean, obviously, the All-A is obviously a big deal around here every year.
Yeah.
And then looking forward, obviously district tournament and all that stuff. But kind of your expectations at this point.
Yeah, we have Sayre in the All-A, which it's already a team I'll try to watch as much as I can in December. They're hosting, so that's always tough. A team that's hosting going to play at their place, but you hope that you can catch them in that first game when they're a little more confident or overlooking us. But they always play really physical, so we're trying to get our guys to be physical with each other, so that way when we play against somebody that's physical, especially in the backcourt, that we'll be ready for that. So I think we competed well against Sayre last year when we played them here, and I think we kind of threw that first punch and got to them early, and then they kind of pulled away in the second half. But I think we showed last year we could compete with them, and I think we've gotten even better. And I think they lost a couple seniors, but they still have a good young group. I think it should be a competitive game that I think we should have a shot to win.
Right.
In the district, our district's really good this year. When you look at Central and Southern, I think they could be top 15, top 20 in the state, both of them. We don't have Central, but we do have Southern coming to our place in January, which our guys will be really excited about. I haven't got to coach against Southern in our place and have a home game, so I think that'll be exciting. And just getting the Madison County and everybody in here and the band and everything. They have a really talented group, but I think our guys can match up with them well with the way that we have some guards and some depth, and they want to try to speed us up. Maybe that will play into our advantage. We'll see. But we got to kind of get some revenge a little bit for last year.
Those games are always battles, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, Tuesday at home against Trinity Christian. That's the season opener, so appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you, Dave.
Good luck to you the rest of the season.
All right, appreciate it.
Joined by one of the busiest men in Madison County, Model Lab, athletic director, and now girls basketball coach, Scotty Sutton. Thanks for taking some time to talk to us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great.
You're back in the coaching gig, huh?
Yeah.
First time in 7 years?
It is. It's funny. Back in the spring, I met with the girls and I said, we're still working on, getting somebody, but if not, I'll work with you in the summer. And so summertime came, and after the second practice, I went home and I told my wife, I said, am I this out of shape? Or I said, good night, this is kicking me. So, but I like to be so high energy that these practices, sometimes I go home and I'm just like, oh. But it's been fun. It's been good to get back in the gym.
Yeah, and of course you haven't coached in a while, but you know all these girls being here on campus, and everybody calls you coach anyway.
Yeah, it's well, it's funny because when I in the athletic director's job, when I first got here, for whatever reason, the guys were all like, "Hey, Sutton," and I'd be like, "Yeah, and all the girls called me Scotty, and I was like, so when I met with them, I was like, if y'all want to keep calling me that, it's okay. I said, I'm not going to make you change. So, but it's good. It's good to be here. Yeah,
and you got an extensive coaching resume for people to know. You were at East Jessamine, Scott County. Where all have you been?
Well, it started off at Sayre. I started there and coached for 20 years. It doesn't seem like I'm that old, but yeah, I was there. I did baseball and basketball for a long, long time, and then I had continued coaching the girls' basketball, but when my son got into high school, they were actually going to be in the same district as us. And I coached against him as an 8th grader, and that next day I went in to see the headmaster, and I said, I don't know if I can do this. So I retired from coaching baseball, but continued with girls' basketball until I came here. So, yeah.
All right. Well, you got obviously taking over a team that went 21-9 last year. That's the good news. But the bad news is you lost your top 4 players off that team. You do have 4 seniors back this year, 3 juniors who have played a lot. So there's some roles to fill here, and but you got some talented players who are ready to step up.
There is, and the big thing is you do read those 4 seniors, but they haven't played a lot. A varsity time. Paige, I think, did. But, she's been out with an injury and still not back. Had a foot injury. Really, it developed in soccer. she, when the trainer came, looked at it, said, you need to get in a boot. And so we need to get her back on the floor. The longer it goes, the longer it's going to take her to get back in shape, back into game shape. But Avery and Alyssa have been around the program a long time. Love coaching them. They never missed a practice in the summer. And Peyton, is new to the game.
Mm-hmm. Soccer player.
Yeah.
Another soccer player.
And, but when you're at a small school, you got to have those athletes. Mm-hmm. And when she came and talked to me and said, I think I'd like to play, I was like, heck yeah. I've seen you out there running people down on the soccer field. I said, come on, bring it. I'd love to have you out here. So, and they've just been a treat to coach. I mean, they're so positive, so it's been great.
Yeah, and that junior class has also got some soccer players, Maya Bandari.
Maya and Claire both, really,
goalie.
Really playing well. Maya has just been, she's really stepped up her game playing the point guard. So smart. And, it's one thing to be smart in the classroom, it's another thing to be smart on the floor, and she is. I mean, she's making good decisions, shooting the basketball. I've really enjoyed, an old point guard myself. I really like to have that relationship with the point guard. All right, let's talk about what we want to do. You got to sometimes get us into a play if you're all the way down there, and we want to run the floor, we want to run the break, but you got to make good decisions. Do we have numbers? Do we not? And she's been fantastic. So love coaching her.
Yeah, well, you've had 2 scrimmages now. Kind of.
Yep.
What at this point does your lineup and your rotation kind of look like at this point?
Well, right now we're going with Avery and Alyssa as our bigs, and then of course Maya's running the 1, and then we have 2 newcomers who are actually starting for us. Riley Hunt. Came in from Henry County. Her mother is the new principal. Okay. And then J.D. Balzer, they came in from Montana. Mm-hmm. And her brother, well, you know them from cross country. Yeah. And J.D. is explosive. She's just, she's still young. She's still just a freshman. But, she gets to the rim. She's always out there dribbling. I'll go out there before practice and she's got 2 balls in her hands, working on her ball handling, and she wants to learn so much. And, the biggest thing right now is, and I've told them I would cut it back, but, I've always had sort of that Princeton offense sort of thing, a lot of plays, and that's hard on them right now. Yeah, and a lot of quick hitters and things, and I've got to remember back all the way back. It took 2 or 3 years for them to get that down. And sometimes I'll get out there and why don't we know this right now? And it's just going to take time. And I did bring it back some. So, but my biggest thing is when they'll be able to know that like clockwork and just be able to play the game and not have to think all the time. That's when we're going to be our best.
Yeah. So, and in scrimmages, you've had some growing pains, but it's going to be a process.
We have. I mean,
it's a long season.
It is, and that's what I told them today. We had a scrimmage against a very talented Paris team. Coach Barr and I are old buddies, and he's helping them. And so back in the day, I used to always go there the day before Thanksgiving and play. And I said, let's do it. But that's a team that won, the 10th Region Class A last year, and they got just about everybody back, and they are very high. So we saw a different breed today. The way they ran the floor, they were athletic, they were big. But what I try to tell my girls is, look, I can look at you and and say, this is one of the best teams you're going to play all year. But I don't want that to be an excuse for how we play. We've still got to run our offense. We've still got to be tough with the ball. And I thought from the first half to the second half, we really got better at that. They were playing a multitude of defenses. They played a 1-through-1, they played a man, they played a 2-3. And that's good for us. I was really glad they did because it's going to make us get out there and think better when we get in the games. And I told them after the game, I said, I was proud of the way you played in that second half. But now, now the real deal starts. And when we get back and start getting ready for Brown. So I'm excited about it, but they've got to get ready, no doubt.
Yeah, well, besides the young ladies you've already mentioned, who else is going to get some varsity playing time for you?
Well, we've got some girls who, they're right there on that fence. Who's going to step up? Peyton is one who could get out there and play because she's got that, she's physical. She can run the floor, but she's just new to the game. Piper Moore is a girl, she played a lot of softball, a lot of volleyball. And I think she's going to back up. And Tiari Shaw is a girl. Both of them are young, but they're coming. And I'm excited about that. Sailor is a girl who is just an 8th grader, and she's been out with sickness, but then she came in yesterday and just tore practice up. And so she got some varsity time today. I felt like she earned it. Alana is a girl. Alana Newbill is a girl who, is sort of backing up at the 1. So we've got players. It's just a matter of, okay, who's going to take it by the rein. I would rather have a 7 or an 8-man rotation, but they're going to have to step up. I'm not just going to put them out there. They're going to have to earn that playing time. And if they do that in practice, then I'm going to play them regardless of what year they are. And so we'll see. We'll see who steps up.
Okay. Well, it gets underway December 1st. Is that Thursday next
That's Thursday, yeah.
Thursday at home against Brown.
Yep.
And Scotty back in the coaching
position
again.
It's been fun.
All right. Well, appreciate your time and good luck to you this season.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you. All right.
Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by
Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote.
Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Adams Buick GMC. Sid says sell 'em. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. Madison County Emergency Management. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media.